go!
And we're away here in the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup. Kingston Grammar School, Wycliffe Junior B. I always find the start really nerve-wracking here at Henley, because what we're not hearing or seeing at this stage on screen is that the umpires unusually run you through the start process, which is always quite daunting. So they give you a bit of a warning and they say, when you're straight and ready, I will start you like this, and then they run through I guess a bit of a simulation beforehand, and then you go through the actual thing. But some crews do tend to start, and I have to say I did this when I raced at Henley, because you're sort of tuned out doing your thing, and then all of a sudden they're talking through the start and you go, oh my god, is this the actual thing? And then yeah, you can get in a bit of trouble. But luckily a great start from these two junior crews.
The other thing that is hard to place into the video is just the sense of, you have the trees from the temple coming in over you, feeling enclosed. The bank actually goes out a little bit, so as a rower, especially on the start, you're rowing by instinct. So it's very easy to get sucked out into the bank and having to correct, which is why it's so great to see these junior women's quads getting away so straight and level. It is Wycliffe still in the lead here. Two-seat, Catherine Burton was inspired by the volunteers who taught her to row, is now looking to become a coach herself, to give back to those who really changed her life by introducing her to the sport. This Wycliffe crew is coached by Hazel Fullman, and here, what a beautiful shot. You can see those blades bearing in, not going too deep, that water not traveling too far up the shaft as they accelerate the hands into their bodies. You can see the left hand is over top of the right as you come in and out. That left hand is going to be leaving the body before the right hand. So there's such a beauty in sculling, right? It's one ballet and one part powerlifting, I think.
Exactly. I'm not sure I ever made it look like ballet, but that's definitely the effect we're going for. But this crew from Wycliffe Junior Rowing Club B, they were the second quad winners at the National Schools Regatta, and the championship double bronze medalists. That was Catherine and Aggie, who were 2 and 3 seat of that crew. So fantastic results so far this season, and now racing here in the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup at Henley Royal Regatta. And we are seeing exactly what we spoke about a bit earlier, which is the junior crew versus the school crew here, as we have Kingston Grammar School on screen.
And keep your eyes on that bow pair. They came third in the women's double at the Wallingford U19 GB trials. They said that it was such a cool experience to get that close to high international squad and high performance, and it made them all the more determined to take that next step in their career. So you know that they're not going to leave anything on the water here. They're going to dig nice and deep.
We saw there the stroke, Matilda Druitt. She's heading off to Stanford University next year, and what an incredible opportunity rowing provides in terms of a pathway to continue on in the sport and to further education, whether it's here in the UK, certainly in Australia, and absolutely in the US. And we've had a huge interest and engagement from US crews and US colleges here, not only this year, but every year at Henley Regatta, which is fantastic to see.
Especially for women rowers, there's such a great pathway to education through the sport. And we've seen that, you know, from 1,000 female rowers in 1960 in the UK to now comprising, you know, I believe it's 45% of the UK rowing population. It's fantastic. And you're here in the commentary booth with two female rowers who are just as, what a privilege to watch the next generation come in. And so strongly down the course, and strongly is the word here. So you see those blades go in together, looking very calm and composed.
And Wycliffe here just need a little steering correction. They're just coming over towards the booms, so they'll be all over that though. You'll just have to be a bit careful here as they're coming, because they have a commanding lead, so you don't want to be coming unstuck by steering corrections or getting too close to the booms, but they're all over it. as often we see these junior crews are.
Great shot there of the suspension and an impressive lead here. When those blades are anchored in the water, you are engaging your legs first, using all the big muscles and hanging off, suspending off the arms before accelerating it into your body. Not unlike a rock climber would keep the suspension and looseness in their arms. Pressing off the foot plate with the middle of your foot. Like a runner, you're not going to heel strike, you're not going to toe strike. Those foot plates are the only part that the athlete is holding onto or attached to that is actually attached to the boat. The seat moves, the oars move, and so it's so important to translate that power from the face of the blade all the way to the feet. Anchor the blade, push the boat past.
And a great shot there down the bow of the Wycliffe Junior Rowing Club B crew, still with a commanding victory over Kingston Grammar School. Nice tight blade work here from Wycliffe Junior Rowing Club. They're coming down towards the stewards' enclosure now. Eloise Etherington, Catherine Burton, Aggie Burt and Mia Lose leading this round of the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup.
So as those blades are vertical, that's what we call on the square. And when the blades are lifted out of the water and they're traveling back towards the bow of the boat, that's called on the feather. So your job then is to take that blade out, roll it into feather, and place it in with the same speed of gravity. So that's about 10 meters per second, while doing it perfectly in unison, going in a straight line, doing the hardest thing you've ever done backwards.
That's a pretty good summary. When I'm asked by people, how do I go faster? I say, put your blade in a bit sharper, pull a bit harder, take it out a bit cleaner, you'll go a bit faster.
There you go. It's just that easy.
Easy sport. Easy sport. Whoever said rowing's complicated.
These outfits that the athletes are wearing are called unisuits in Canada, zooties in Australia.
Correct.
Onesies, one kits, all-in-ones. They have many names. They're kind of not dissimilar to a wrestler's uniform, nice and spandex and tight so that your hands don't get caught up in your clothing.
As we're coming down towards the finish line, Wycliffe Junior Rowing Club B, they've more or less led from pillar to post here, but they will be progressing in the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup over Kingston Grammar School.
And applause to cheer the Wycliffe through the finish line. I hope that those girls are all very proud of their race, as is their coach, Hazel Pullman.
In the Jubilee, it was Wycliffe Junior B beating Kingston Grammar School.